With the help of the last video series 20, we discussed all the possible items of a balance sheet, equity and liability side. Today, with this video series 21, let us move to the asset side of a balance sheet of a business enterprise. Asset side of a balance sheet is broadly classified into non-current assets and current assets. The non-current assets are again divided into fixed assets, non-current investments, long-term loans and advances, and other non-current assets. Today, let us discuss all the possible items which may come under fixed assets. The fixed assets are again subdivided into tangible fixed assets, capital work in progress, and intangibles. Let us see each of these items which come under fixed assets in detail. Fixed assets are permanent in nature. The examples for the fixed assets are land, building, plant and equipment, machinery, vehicles, etc. Every business enterprise needs fixed assets. The requirement of fixed asset depend on the nature of activity. Without the help of the fixed assets, the business enterprise cannot carry on their business activity. As I have told you, fixed assets undergo wear and tear over a period of time. The only exception to the rule is in case of land. Excluding the land, all other assets, when put into use, undergo wear and tear. They may require either repair or replacement. The allowance given for wear and tear is called as depreciation. How much is the depreciation that need to be allowed would depend on the instructions contained in the Companies Act and the Central Board of Direct Taxes. The value of the fixed assets, excluding the value of the land, keeps on reducing every year. So in a balance sheet, the value which appears will be the depreciated value. Now let us understand this with an example. A business enterprise purchases a machinery costing rupees 20 lakhs. The enterprise has incurred some expenditure in transporting the machinery to the business premises and also incurred some erection charges. Let this charge be rupees 5 lakhs. Now, the gross value of the machine is 25 lakhs. Gross value means the purchase price of the machinery together with the expenses incurred in making it usable. Suppose that the rate of depreciation permitted is 20%, which means that in the first year, the amount of depreciation works out to 5 lakhs. So when the company draws its balance sheet in the next year, the gross value of the machine will be 25 lakhs less depreciation 5 lakhs and the depreciated value will be 20 lakhs. Now in the next year again, the business enterprise applies a depreciation of 20%, which works out to 4 lakhs on 20 lakhs. So the depreciation for the second year will be 4 lakh. So in the balance sheet, the gross value will continue to be shown as 25 lakhs, and the accumulated depreciation, which is the depreciation already provided last year and the depreciation to be provided in the current year, together works out to 9 lakhs in this example. So the depreciated value in the second year will be shown as 25 lakhs minus accumulated depreciation 9 lakhs, and the written down value or the depreciated value will be 16 lakhs. In the latest amendment of the Companies Act 2015, the balance sheet shows only the depreciated value. The calculation with respect to the amount of depreciation, the gross value, etc. will appear in the notes on accounts. Now, having understood this, let us move on to capital work in progress, which is the second item under fixed assets. Capital work in progress means an incompleted fixed assets value. I will explain this with an example. A business enterprise would like to construct a factory building. The estimated cost of the construction is 20 lakhs. The business has started construction of this factory building in December, say 2020. When the balance sheet is to be prepared as on 31/3/2021, the building construction is not completed, but from December to March, the business had spent rupees 15 lakhs in construction. The rupees 15 lakhs will appear as a source in its balance sheet either by way of capital or by way of borrowing or a mix of two. Having shown the amount of 15 lakhs brought in the balance sheet, the value of the partially completed building should appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. In this case, since the building is not completed, the partially completed building will be shown as a capital work in progress with an amount of rupees 15 lakhs. The reason why the capital work in progress is shown separately is any capital asset which is not completed and put into operation cannot be depreciated as per law. I think you have understood what is meant by a capital work in progress. Now let us move on to the third item, intangible items. Intangible means it is an asset which cannot be touched, which cannot be felt. The examples for such things are goodwill, patent, trademark, computer software, etc. I will give you an example to explain what is meant by a goodwill. The goodwill is the reputation which a business enterprise enjoys in the market. For example, suppose there are two business enterprises, A and B. A would like to acquire the business B. The fair value of the assets of the enterprise B is say 20 lakhs. But B demands payment of 25 lakhs from A. The 5 lakh rupees which is over and above the fair value is called the goodwill. So naturally, the 25 lakhs will appear as a source in the balance sheet, and in the asset side, the value of the asset will appear as 20 lakhs and the rupees 5 lakh will appear as goodwill. The same logic holds good in case of brand equity, trademark, patent, etc. also. Now today we have understood all the items which come under fixed assets. They are fixed assets, tangible, capital work in progress and intangibles. In the next video, we will go into other non-current items of a balance sheet, such as non-current investments, long-term loans and advances, and other non-current items. If you have understood this, press the like button and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.